recording. All right. There we go. It's recording. All right. So, hello and welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary on G1 Climax 30, Day 8. And as usual, we'll be going over Day 7 comments. And, right now I have to just call him the illustrious Zemo times 2.
He's royalty.
Yep. He's watching this as much as we are, and he's sticking with what he can. He's working the best he can to watch this. We was researching some pro wrestling, where he talked about it, some others talked about it, and
found some full shows. We're gonna check it out.
Yeah, on YouTube and stuff. I got so much I do, so I got to make sure I don't overwork myself. I've been making new moves for Fire Pro and stuff. I'm gonna be happy about it. Even one for if you ever played Tekken 1 through 7, I only played 1 and 2 and 3. I think maybe I got it to 5. I don't know, but yeah, I'm like, I love King, so there you go. Okay, so see if we can get started reading these comments. By Zemo times 2. No Sergeant hype up this time.
All right,
just my chair and all that.
And yes, you said I think Cedra's microphone is too low. I could barely hear her, and we listened, and you could barely hear me.
Yeah, she was getting picked up in my microphone. Something was just not right with the computer, and I didn't have the mic, the dual mic pushed in all the way. We're using lapels, and this joined at once. So yeah, that was my bad.
Technical difficulties.
Yep, my bad.
Thank you for letting us know.
Yep. See, we can't get things right if y'all don't let us know. And see, he let us know, so we got things right.
Yep.
We did a test before doing this, and when we're done recording this, we're going to test it to make sure that her voice is still equal. And if it is, then I don't have to mess with anything. So, all right, keep going. And thank you for pointing it out to us, Zemo.
I skipped Yujiro versus Suzuki. At this point, a match against Yujiro is just a day off for everyone. Yeah. Suzuki will face Okada on day 9, and sadly, we all know what will happen, and Suzuki will be even more pissed off.
Suzuki, me and Cedra was so right. Suzuki said, maybe in 100 years, you will be ready to face me.
He was pissed off that he even had to get in the ring with that motherfucker.
I think, yeah, that must have been what happened.
It didn't take much for me to see that. I'm like, he treating you worse than he treat Young Lion. The truth, Young Lions put forth more of an effort. So
yes.
Yeah. All right.
Damn. Maybe in 100 years you'll be ready to face me. That's an epic line.
Mm-hmm.
Because he don't even have 50 years left.
Nope.
Oh. Okay. I think I'm gonna depress myself. Okay, let's read on.
Coda versus Cobb was good but short. That's true. It makes sense, since Cobb still needs to work on his endurance and stamina.
And that was their first time meeting.
Yeah. And it had that awkwardness to it, like, okay.
Yeah, and I like that. I really do like that. You could tell that. So I was like, something is off. But they did it.
Mm-hmm. And we listened to the backstage, and they got mutual respect. A lot of mutual respect for each other, and that's cool.
They'd be a good tag team.
Don't put Cole in another tag team. I don't think his nerves can stand it.
What, him, Cobb, Tanahashi for the never openweight 6-man?
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Mm-hmm. So he cannot do long matches. Still, the match was still good. I like the contrast of style between the Ibushi and Cobb. Strike versus Power. Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
I skip Okada versus Tai Chi and Will versus White. Honestly, I just wanted to get to Ishii versus Shingo. If I were to share my thoughts on those matches, I would say that Tachi has put more effort into this tournament than Okada, the former IWGP champion.
Yep.
Okada is overexposed. You have to excuse me for a second. My right eye just started burning like hell.
The fuck? It's getting pretty late. It's 11:32 p.m.
Okay.
You and your mom got the same issue right after 10:30. That's when you all start having eye issues. Watering, burning and stuff. Rubbing stuff in it, and you got to get up and wash it out.
All right. Okada's overexposed. That's why some people are sick of him.
I don't have that problem because I'm perfect.
Uh-huh. He should not have been in the main event scene for so long that it has made him, and I can't see, wait a minute.
You got a point there.
Yeah, they milked him. They milked him like Roger from Family Guy. I mean, American Dad.
Mm-hmm.
He should not have been in the main event scene for so long that it has made him complacent and lazy in the ring. He just goes through the motion. Exactly. He just does what he does. And it's just, it would have been very interesting to see the reaction from the fans if Tai Chi won. Actually, it would have been a satisfying victory. At this point, he deserves more victories than Rainmaker.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to agree with you, but I'm so sick of Okada. It makes Maggot Tai Chi. Nah, I can't even finish that statement. And of course, White lost to Will. Because I don't know what to say.
Look, Okada is so, as he said, overexposed, so overdone that no one cares. And people in the audience were actually rooting for Tai Chi.
Yeah.
That's, man, y'all need to wake up.
And of course, White lost to Will. Will's new golden boy for Ghetto, so of course Will won. White is younger than Will, but he... Really? White's younger than Will?
I think so.
Dang.
I think by about 2 years.
Wow. But he has already proven to be a far better wrestler than Ospreay. Will is not only overrated, he is just as overexposed as Okada. And a part of me wants Will to get better as a wrestler, but right now I am tired of the undeserved praise he is getting right now. It reminds me of AJ Styles when he was young. But AJ actually got better as a wrestler later on, so hopefully Will can improve as well.
Yep.
Yeah, by the time we saw...
I was so sick of AJ when we first started watching TNA. I'm like...
I don't remember being sick of him. Cause
he won every match. No one could really do anything against him. He was almost super powered.
But to me, the way he performed consistently every time...
Yeah, and it was beautiful. But then I was like, there's no one that can beat him. No one. So then when he beats everyone and then he wins a title, there's no one there to beat him. And that's what the problem was. I just got bored with him. And then he started losing. And then he started making his little babyface comeback. And he was so polished. And then I could see the beauty of AJ Styles. But before that, I just got tired of him being the golden boy.
I don't remember getting tired of him being the golden boy.
You didn't. You loved him.
Yeah, I did, because it was... His performance was so stellar.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even a comparison. They prop up Okada and he don't do shit. Nope. He goes through the motions. I'm not saying he gotta jump off higher heights, but you ought to want to look forward to his performance because it's so dead on every time, and you just don't get that from Will and Okada. And for me, back then, AJ blew my mind every match. So I'm like, hey, shit. It made sense to me in my mind, although I was as educated then. But it made sense to me in my mind that you shouldn't beat him. But there you go.
Okay.
Ishii versus Shingo was a great main event. Damn straight it was. I was so happy to see Ishii finally win the match in the tournament and finally defeat Shingo. Every time these two fight, they go to war and nearly kill each other. In a perfect world, Ishii and Shingo will fight for the IWGP title. I know New Japan expects their champions to talk after the match, but Ishii is the kind of wrestler who lets the wrestling talk for him.
Yes.
We need yes. He leave it in the ring, and if you can't hear that, you can't hear Ishii. We need champions like Ishii. At least New Japan Pro Wrestling had enough common sense to put these two warriors in the main event and let them kick ass.
Last year they would have been opening.
I know. I would gladly watch this match again. Me too. I'd love to see Suzuki win the G1. I would too.
It would make sense.
It would be awesome. It will not happen, but it should. The man can have great matches with everyone, and he is in his 50s. He may be a heel, but the fans would love to see him hold that belt. He is the best wrestler in New Japan. And there's just no getting around it.
There's no one that can, you look at their repertoire, not even Ishii can thoroughly stand with Suzuki.
Mm-mm.
But if Ishii beat him, it would make sense.
Yeah.
That's that level Ishii got. Like he told Takagi, this was like crazy for you. This is regular for me.
Just another day, man.
Yep, this is Tuesday, motherfucker. so sure when I came to your village and I killed your father and massacred everyone in there. It was the worst and horrific day for you, but to me, it was Wednesday. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep. Let's see. As much as I am enjoying the G1, the Ring of Honor Pure Tournament is much better because it is unpredictable and I do not know who will win. It is proper wrestling. Stardom's tournament is arguably better than the G1. I have never even watched it. If you want to watch an alternative in New Japan Pro Wrestling, I recommend Stardom or Noah. I have seen a few matches from both companies and they are good and no nonsense like New Japan Pro Wrestling. Thanks for another fun commentary. We do our best, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Spread the word.
Yeah, we're going to try and check out Noah. So we found some shows on YouTube.
It's hard to find Stardom. I can find clips, I can find interviews, but full-on current events, nothing. And I know Stardom has their Supergirl model thing going on, and there's sort of like this weirdness of DDT. But at the same time, if I'm correct on the few that whatever Stardom maybe branched off of, when it comes to their main event title matches, they are epic as fuck. You know, and that's really what I want. So, you know, I don't know if Stardom's changed their brand or anything like that. So I don't want to just write them off completely. That's why I want to see them, you know. So either I'm accurate, I'm right, or I'm wrong, and I'll be happy if I'm wrong. You know, that's me. I like to be wrong because that means I can grow, I can learn. In any case, thank you for the comment, and you know, I appreciate you taking your time to even write all that stuff. I do, you know. So, you know, thank you, Zimmo, and we're going to get into tonight's matches. So, let's roll. All right. So, this match is Yano Toru versus Juice Robinson. That's the match. Oh, and just to let you know, I'm going to try something because I do recall Zimmo complaining about the background noise, and I don't know if that was like the sound of the static or anything like that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use a noise suppression thing when it comes to using Filmora, and hope that it, you know, turns out all right. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll get into this match because this was crazy.
This was a barrel of monkeys. It was crazy.
All right, so you know how Yano is, and he tried to be all, you know, here's a gift, it's for you with the shirt, and he's like, no roll up. He's like, no. He's like, no roll up. Man, he got that shirt like half on. He was trying to put it on like somebody would put on the shirt, and that's when it happened.
Yep.
Roll up.
Roll up.
And he was like, God damn it, he was mad.
Yep.
Juice was mad, and then he still wouldn't He wouldn't leave it alone. He kept messing with him.
Got the turnbuckles off.
He did everything he's supposed to do to mess with somebody. Juice was pissed.
Yes.
Juice was pissed.
He ripped off the shirt, tore it off, crotch flossed with it, stepped on it, jumped on it, and kicked it out the ring.
And you know, then Yano normally never gets in when they go out the ring after him. Juice was like, I'm coming out there after you. He was mad. Juice was so mad. He got out there and Yano messed him up.
Yep.
Got
taped up.
Yep.
Got the legs taped together.
He had to sit there and deal with it. Like, man, I gotta just hop back to the ring. I was like, I would have just laid down and rolled back to the ring. That would have been a whole lot faster than using all that energy to hop. But he got back in, and he got a full Nelson slam on Yano. And Juice, he tries to look angry. He just looked like a pissed off little toddler. I was like, he got all mad. I was like, oh, I couldn't even feel like this dude is dangerous. I was like, oh, look at him.
No.
You know, it's like, come here, baby. Come here. Let me hold you. Come here. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get the bad man. We're gonna get him. But the match was fun. I think Juice was really mad because he was calling him a fool. He was calling him an idiot the whole time. He was not gonna stop. And
an asshole, you came out and said, asshole.
Yep. And luckily, Juice outsmarted him. And I said, don't cheat, Juice. Just wrestle. Hold your game tight. That's all you got to do. You mad, but wrestle like you know what you're doing. And then he won. He got a little sneaky roll up, and he won. And I'm happy about that because you know what? I think Yano's undefeated until now.
He was. It's his first loss.
That's what Yano's dangerous. People need to keep that in mind. He's dangerous. So, hey, you did good. Congratulations, Juice. You got anything to add, love?
Nah.
Nothing. All right, then. Juice wins. Yano loses. We're going to look at the stuff afterwards, but that's usually after. We might say something if it's important enough the next event. But, yeah, I'm glad Juice won. Let's roll. So, this match is Goto Hiroki versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Was that even 5 minutes?
That was a squash match.
It was.
I feel bad for Goto.
Goto and him and Zack got in the ring, and they were circling, and I just kind of started paying attention, and I looked, and I said, Goto's finna get fucked up.
And I said, why? Because his arm is still wrapped? And she was like, yeah.
And at that exact moment, Zack attacked that arm, and he gnawed on it like he hadn't ate in 2 days. He went to town. He laid so many kicks into that stiff kicks. He did not pull anything. It was brutal. He stood on it and stomped on it, and they put him in the octopus stretch. He yanked on it, and
he did everything. And I mean, I feel bad for Goto. I do. Ooh.
Because the pain he suffered was as though
versus Evil.
Was as though.
And that beeping, if you hear that, that's saying that the roast is done. It's roast, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with potatoes. The roast is the filler. The potatoes is the main course, to be honest with you.
Okay. But yeah, it was. Oh, and then he put that. What's that hold? I mean, that pin, Cedric.
Oh, Japanese leg roll clutch.
And it was over. And it was so fast, and Goto was fucked up like he had wrestled for 20 minutes. I don't think that dude's hair is real.
No, that's his real hair.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Something ain't right. Looks like a hat.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know.
He's in the commentary.
They got a wig on. But yeah, that was it.
Nothing else to say. So, that said, Zack wins. Pinfall. Let's roll. Alright, so, Yoshihashi versus Tanahashi Hiroshi. Before getting into this, I feel bad for Goto Hiroki, but Zack played that game well. He played the game well. He did right. So
and basically he's still fresh. He was still straightened out, barely broke a sweat. So it's almost like he had a night off.
Yep. Yep. I just want to, you play your game right and take out somebody who's already hurt limb. Ain't nothing they can do. So Yoshihashi versus Tanahashi Hiroshi. This match this is a solid. I would honestly say 4.5, maybe 4.7 star match. Because it's up there. It did everything right. It was from beginning to end. They wrestled. They told their story. They went back and forth. They countered each other. They messed with each other's moves. It turned into a heated battle. That mano a mano type. You ain't getting out of this. And the other's like, I don't want to get out of it. I like that.
And no one's going to have to Tanahashi knees the whole tournament, but Yoshihashi did.
He's like, you know what? I'm going after your knees, man.
He leg screwed first.
Yep. And Tanahashi's like, no. He's like, yes. Yes. And then I was like, you know what, you done got started. Mm-hmm. And then later, Tanahashi got him and he pointed to him like, uh-huh. And Yoshi's like, wait.
Ain't no wait.
And, they countered moves. Now, look, I got to bring this up. Tanahashi's milking the damn camera. Get out the camera, man. We know you won. He can't touch the fans, so,
Yeah, they can't touch him.
You don't know who got it and who don't.
Yeah.
Who's asymptomatic and who isn't, but considering the fact that they out there wrestling, and it's a lot of spit and stuff flying. You know, it's in the air, man. I hope y'all disinfect the area a little bit. But this, I so enjoyed this match. This is worth watching again. Yoshihashi they've made him amazing now. But I gotta say this, that butterfly lock, that's kind of his bread and butter submission hold, and they're burying it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they did wrong with it. They did wrong by it. Here's the thing. Let me explain what he's got. He's got his normal butterfly lock, almost like a wear down hold. That's what he's kind of got. Then he's got that, like the level 2 butterfly lock, where he's got you down, almost in a kind of prone position, and he's pulling back, almost in a seated position. He's got that one, because he's got it deep, and he's got you at an angle. He's got that one. He's got that next tier one, all right? That third level, when he's got you set up properly, you are locked. You are in it, and you're going nowhere fast. You know, that's the one you typically see now, all right? And then he's got the final stage, which they did it wrong. They presented it wrong. It should be what they use for big matches, if he'll ever have them. When I say big matches, I mean title matches or presumed real title matches. You know, just to let y'all know, a fake title match is when they go in, they get their shit in, and then it's over, the champion win. That's a bullshit title match. A real title match, you know, despite it all being a work and whatnot, yeah. But a real title match, when they go in and they literally fight tooth and nail for victory. And they go through everything they got. They even do new stuff. They put more effort into certain holds and moves and stuff. They really build it from the ground up, and they leave nothing to chance. Those are real title matches. There's a big difference. But that final level is the regular butterfly lock, you know, the one I was talking about, that third one. But then he gets that arm, pulls it back into a double wrist lock or a kimura. And that should be that you are going to tap very soon. But they built it all wrong. They did it all wrong. They could have easily used, they could have had one butterfly lock version for Young Lions, another for mid-card or something, then the other for, you know, maybe a relatively 4-star big match and he win. And then the final one is like, those are the really big matches, and you pull that out. That it's not so hard. Old school New Japan Pro Wrestling used to do that, but now they're just burying the butterfly lock. They're making it worthwhile. It's a strong wear down hold, and it should be more than that.
There's one more version that he has used like twice since he started using the move.
I've only seen. I went through all 4 that I've noticed.
There's one where he locks it in, puts it on, and they're damn near laying down with their head and arms bent up. And when he does it that way, they tap. It ain't no...
Almost like a weird side angle full Nelson.
Yeah, it ain't no, hold on, no, they tap. I think he's used, I know for sure once, maybe twice. He don't do it like that. That's why every time he like, lay him down, but he don't ever do it.
Yeah, because he's laying down, and he's face down.
Yeah.
And they all bent up, and they aren't, yes. Mm-hmm. So he got 5 tiers of that mess.
And he does it in those fashions because he isn't supposed to win these matches. If he was supposed to win, he could do it that way.
Yep. Yes, he could. You could show it off like that in the big match.
But in the very least, yeah, it kind of buries the move, but at least it makes him look far more competitive. You know, like he's actually putting some sort of a hurting on them, not just, you know, them going through the motions against Yoshihashi again.
Yeah. Yeah. You got me thinking. Now it's worse than I thought. Thanks, Cedra. You know, what is this? What is this commentary really about? Is it just make New Japan look as bad as they really are? What?
Perhaps.
But you know what? It sucks, and I hate saying this line because it's settling for bullshit. It's better than WWE and All Elite Friends. And it's better than what Ring of Honor used to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ring of Honor wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad,
No.
but it got stupid with the gimmicks and stuff. It got dumb. And I didn't want to say anything. It was just, PCO, his whole gimmick thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got frustrated with that because I was like, how many ways are you going to shock this guy back into life and have him fight back and stuff?
Yeah.
So, he's not human. And you went with the gimmick on it. You shouldn't have gone with that. He's not human. He fights back. He comes back off of insurmountable odds. That's what it should have been. But instead, Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster, So, in any case, for this match, Yoshihashi, Tanahashi Hiroshi, I liked it. Sugoi. Oh, it was great. Yoshi lost, but he lost beautifully.
Mm-hmm. He's been losing very well the whole tournament.
Oh, and before we get to Evil versus Kenta, going on who came out in the order, I think they're grooming Yoshihashi. Like you're losing, yeah, but it's like you're losing against people that normally you would always lose to anyway. So lose and look, and if you look good losing, we'll see how it goes. Because New Japan and most companies don't go on the fans; they go on what they think, and that's kind of wrong to do. You got to go on everything. A good booker listens to the fans. They listen to what's being said, how people are viewing them. Not just one or two or three important people, but a lot of people. They do polls and contests and things like that. They listen to the reactions of what's happening in that ring, the hope that the fans have when they lock on a certain move or get a certain hold. They view that and say, okay, we know what we're going to do with you. A good booker will do that. A good one will. And New Japan Pro Wrestling don't have a good one. What do you think, Zemo? Let us know what you think about Yoshihashi and how they're handling him and things like that. And I'm curious. Anyone else out there listening, let us know. What do you think about it? Did I run him into the ground too much? I don't know.
If they're grooming him, that's great. I'm just wondering, grooming for what?
Yeah, see, now I didn't say they buried him like outright. No, I'm just saying they're burying. They're in the process of it. But grooming him, because you have big matches where you can look great and lose, that says a lot for your championship. And since he is 1/3 of the never open weight 6-man tag team champions, is grooming him for those epic matches, and they're going to have them.
And it's certainly not like a Yujiro who loses poorly.
Really,
you wouldn't even think that he was in the G1. You think he was doing the same bullshit
over and over. All right, with that said, y'all, we're going to get to this match. Let's roll. Okay, so we've got Evil versus Kenta. Actually, we got Evil Dick versus Kenta. That's what we got. You ain't got good dick. We got evil dick. We got dick that's evil. Dick ain't with evil. He is evil. All right, so look. Just straight up sum it up. Kenta got screwed.
Mm-hmm.
How Evil is a super heel. He doesn't need Dick Togo. He can do this on his own. I think I, and Zemo agree on.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Evil beating Kenta. I saw that without Dick Togo in the corner.
Without Dick Togo in the corner, I thought it could go either way.
It could, but I would put it in Evil's corner, going on his current style and fortitude in the ring. But Dick was cheating for Evil, and Cedric was like, he shouldn't even be cheating at all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's like faction versus faction. Yeah.
You should just stay in the back, like Cedric said.
Evil is a super heel. Dick Togo is going to side with that. That's what he's going to do. There was a interfaction match. I can't remember what it was, but it was a different company. And the guy out there, the second, he cheated for both sides. He was just cheating. He won't play in the field. He was like, help the person get the advantage. He was all over the place. He did right. Evil, I mean, he's evil. I mean, and I think him doing this and really ruining Kenta in this match, I think it works. I really think it works. because you hate Evil even more. You hate the fact that Dick Togo had to get involved, but you're supposed to hate Evil. That's the point. It ain't go home heat. It's like, motherfucker, you can do this on your own, man. What the fuck? You know, and you get mad. If you can get mad at what these tactics are, he's doing his job right. So you got to think about that. If he's a heel and you like him and you cheer for him, he's not doing his job right.
Yeah, I get that, but it's his own faction. You can't solidly whip the ass of your own faction member on your fucking own.
Maybe not. Maybe he can. Maybe you want to just play with him. But Evil, what point is the name and having a moniker if you ain't going to live up to it? Kenta's a heel, but he ain't Evil.
Now, what's the point of being in a faction?
Exactly. That's where I feel. I wouldn't have been in a faction. I would have been by my fucking self, and I would have hated everybody. Evil would have been evil. I'm fucking everybody up. You better bring some help. And if you got help, I got Dick Togo. He'll be my tag team partner. And we're going to fuck your shit up. He'll win the never open weight. I'll win the Intercontinental. We'll both win the heavy tag team championship.
Children.
You know, they got kids in the crowd now. You know, so that's how I would have been. But, you know, hey, Evil, you know, low blow, STO, 1, 2, 3. It's that simple. And also in the opening, I knew things was going to be bad. When they did the too sweet gesture and left Kenta out, I was like, oh, that shows a club right there.
Yeah.
That shows, you know, you got Darkness Club versus Go to Sleep Club. And Darkness Club assisted by Dick Club. Spoiler Club. So, yeah, you know, Darkness Spoiler. There you go. I don't know. They could form a tag team called Dark Retribution or something. I don't know. In any case, I thought this worked for Evil. I'm not happy with Togo helping them, but at the same time, this works. If you're hating him, then he's doing his job right. So
yeah, it's really starting to be the bad heat. He's a pussy heel.
A pussy heel can do well so long as they can do most of the match themselves. I know what he's going for, but they are not adept at doing it. That's the problem. But, well, it is what it is. We're going to get into this Naito Sonata match.
Yeah. And Sonata can do no wrong.
They ain't got but 30 minutes, so that's it right there. That's it. Ah, goddamn, putting this scab off my damn head. Ow. Oh, that burst. Okay. Oh, fuck. Let's get into this match. Let's get this match. Y'all about to have a good match. Get this match. I'm playing around. All right, let's roll. Okay. Yeah, it's recording. Cool. All right, I got it minimized too far. So this last one is Sanada versus Naito Tetsuya. It's something everybody's been waiting on.
And it was a great match, just like we knew it would be.
It was an amazing match. They built that up. Okay, look. I'm gonna be straight up with you. It should be a 5-star match.
Yeah.
It should have been.
Right.
Anyone else looking, they'd be like, it's a 5-star match. Easy.
Right.
Problem is, there were moves that Naito outright missed. Not a glance, he outright missed, and Sonata sold it. You know, the camera had that back angle, and you could see him miss the drop kick. You can see him miss the single leg drop kick, and then there are too many times where they helped each other, and then there were too many times where I ain't say help each other as in, okay, you know it's a work, and then you know the wrestler's got to work. No. You could see them helping each other. There were points where they missed sequences, and instead of calling an audible, they just broke the mold to get it right back. There were things done. I'm like, I can't give it 5 stars. I can give it a 4.7, maybe a 4.9 to be nice, but I can't give it a 5. And if you take out those mistakes, and to me they were obvious. They were like a sore thumb painted blue. But if you take that out, then you're like, wow, that was a solid, beautiful 5-star match, and then it was just no mistakes and like that. So yeah. Now there's no such thing as the perfect match where you can't see something. Problem is, I saw too much. you know, it's like, well, don't look at everything, etc. Like, mind your business. You've seen too much.
Yeah.
I saw too much.
I don't do the star thing, but I would give
I
it
only do it as I do it as a sort of, y'all can understand what I'm saying. That kind of thing, That's how I do it. That's to me, that's what I thought the rating system usually was. Like that level of match. Like that's what I thought it was initially. Just wow, this match is something you should see. The higher the stars, the more you should watch this match.
I understand what you're saying. As I was trying to say,
that's what I used to think. Go ahead.
Do the star thing, but if I did, I would give it a 5-star match, and that's because I don't count those errors because errors happen. But
you should love AEW then.
No, those aren't errors. There's a difference. This match told a story. There was effort. There was decent build up. Naito was trying to act like it was going to be a cakewalk the whole time. Did a whole bunch of smiling during the match. I would have been pissed off if I was Sonata.
Yep.
But more than anything else, it told a story, and they performed as if they wanted to win, not that they were trying to get their shit in.
Yes,
and that's the difference. One of the grandest difference between AEW. It's like it's move diarrhea, and they're trying to get all this shit in, and they think that's what everybody wants. And so yeah,
that's what everyone does want.
I don't want it, so it's not everyone.
No, it's not everyone. Okay, anyone that's worth a fuck doesn't want it. All right. So yeah, I mean, what you're saying is, yeah, that's why I would give it a 5 stars. There was so much effort, so much heart. Back and forth, countering. Neither one was gonna let each other get their shit in. They had to earn it, and that's what I loved about it. It won't just, I got my shit in. No, they had to find unique ways to go into their signature moves and stuff, and I like that.
Because they know each other.
Yes, and they showed that. And that's why I'm like, I want to give it a 5 stars, but I've seen too much. That's just, the star rating is a personal thing. Cedric giving it 5 stars, and, she's not wrong. I can't based on what I saw. And then Zemo, he might give it 5 stars. He might give it 3. He might be like, well, it was all right, long-winded, but, someone else might be like, it was 1 star. The match was too long. And then they watch AEW and think that's great. Just saying. But, so it's to each their own. Nobody's really wrong on their own star rating system, not unless you don't know shit about professional wrestling. If you don't know anything about professional wrestling and you only know the Attitude Era and you like AEW trying to be better than the crazy Attitude Era, with puppies, mud show wrestling and bikinis all around and the rated R sex show and all that other stuff that happened and shooting milk on everyone, trying to top off shooting beer onto everyone. Yeah, if that is what you think wrestling is, then I kindly ask you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You have no conversation here unless you want to speak about work ethic style wrestling and other things like that. But if you think wrestling is all sports entertainment, you don't have a place here. Not in this particular conversation with the G1 climax. That's just it. If I was talking about AEW, fine, man. You got a grand seat at the table, and you probably got I'll give you just the reins because fuck that. You in charge of that one. But when it comes to this, when it comes to things like Pro Wrestling Noah, when it comes to any work ethic style wrestling, the Ring of Honor, what they're doing, or NWA, hey, you don't have a seat at the table. You can listen and you can learn, and once you understand, you can speak all you want. But until then, shut the fuck up. That's just me. Because this match right here, it was
Yeah, and
it was a lot. This match was a lot, and
so
I thank them so much.
Sonata won.
Like he should.
Yes, and he closed out the match
like he loves, because he was in his most favorite town.
Yeah, his most favorite town of all.
Yes, he said it's been a long time since I've been here. This week, it was like, no, we getting our shit out, man.
Everyone's getting their phones out, turning flashlights
Something he's
on.
done so rare.
Yeah,
and they're like, we waited for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we waited for this. And I waited for it because once they got the lights on and they turned those ceiling lights off, you know, the cell phone lights on and turned the ceiling lights off, I was like, woo, I was mesmerized.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
And everyone there is so special. Everyone there could say, my phone was a part of that. Mm-hmm. We made that look so beautiful. Sonata came up with the great end thing because he don't have to say anything. He lets the crowd do it. Mm-hmm. I love that. Plus, he don't like to talk anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And they had the spotlight on him. It was cool.
That was great.
It was cool.
Great closeout, you know. And Naito was like, yeah. So it ended the way everyone thought it would. Okay, fine. I can't keep my promise and go undefeated. But you know what? It's time to start anew, and I'm going to bust up Yoshihashi.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I don't know what's going on. He's on the roll, ain't he? We're going to see how this go. Yoshihashi defeating Naito would honestly be an upset. But the way Yoshihashi's been going, I don't know so much. And if he is, since he is main roster, since he is no longer a young lion, since you've given him a title, since he's had these epic matches despite them being in defeat, if he beats Naito, I can honestly say, right now, officially, depending upon how it looks, I understand. And I'd be cool with it, depending upon how it looked. But he can't tap him out with the butterfly lock. Y'all done buried that every time. So that's not going to happen. So he's going to have to get karma.
Hey, did you know that Sonata tried out for the New Japan Dojo?
No, I'm not following that man like that. What's going on?
He tried out for New Japan Dojo at the same time as Naito and Yoshihashi, but he didn't pass the introductory test.
What the fuck? Cage is like, I'll take it, man.
Yeah, he moved up to All Japan and got trained by Mutojuku School.
So, shit. See? So, maybe that's why New Japan don't put him over like they could.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why. You know, it'd be real funny if Naito was supposed to win this match too. And Naito said, fuck y'all. You know, I'm the belt dragon IC post throwing motherfucker. Mm-hmm. You know, busting up your trophies and shit. You know, breaking them just a little bit. You know,
just a little. Tossing
them over the ropes from 8 miles away. You know, I'm that motherfucker. I will put this motherfucker, I'll put Sonata over, damn y'all. Because I ain't gonna lie, Naito seems to be one of the rebels. You know, he ain't the only one. Shibata did it too. Shibata did it in a real gruesome way, but I understand where he's coming from, but he did it kind of the wrong way. You know, you don't want to fuck up so bad you become the villain. So and so, yeah, things happen. Things happen. And Naito, he told him, I'm going to fuck this up until y'all give me what I want. And they made sure he and Los Ingobernables de Japón looked good. They made sure of that. So, this is good, you know. Hey, maybe Naito gave Sonata a gift, helping him get over. And Naito, not Naito, but Sonata, as he said to the crowd, that's his gift. He won. They get this. That's the best he can do in this time of the pandemic.
Yep.
He's like, oh, romantic.
Yep, so romantic.
Oh, shit. Now he's a playboy, right? So, I like the way this, you know, and this wasn't a bad event.
No.
This event won't bad. You know, you got your matches that are hit and miss, but even in the hit and miss, you can see the genius in it. You know, like Zach, yeah, it's a squash, but it made sense.
Yeah.
You know Zach is relentless. You know he's brutal with the arm submissions and stuff, so, ugh. And Cedra called that before they even locked up. You know? So, I wonder, did you call it too, Zemo? I wonder, did you call like, whoa, that's gonna fuck him up, or did you skip it? I hope you didn't skip it. Don't be Jim Cornette and stuff. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't you, though. It ain't Okada. Don't be skipping.
You can watch that. It's not Will. You can watch it. Zach's aggravating, but his matches are good.
I enjoyed this. I hope Zembo enjoyed this too. This was good. I hope anyone else listening enjoyed this. This was a good event. It was really great. Um, you know, hey, not many competitors, and oh, just to add this, the Young Lions are fighting harder than half the veteran roster. Ain't but 3 Young Lions, so they keep fucking each other up. So the veterans need to step their game up.
The Young Lions are fighting harder than Okada, Yujiro, and Osprey.
Yeah. Oh, you can tell Osprey, he don't even have the umph in his moves anymore, that excitement. He's just kind of, I know how to do it, and I did it, and I'm done. I've noticed that. But I'm glad things are the way they are right now when it comes to this block. I like how Naito and Sonata was. I think Naito Yoshihashi is going to be a great fucking match. I really do. I don't think they're going to main event. I think they'll be second to main event. Maybe third match. They're going to be third or fourth. But if they open or they're second, that's some bullshit.
Naito closes out every one.
So, there we go. And since Naito closes out,
Yoshihashi will be in the main event.
Yep. So, we're going to close out. So, this has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary, G1 Climax 30, Day 8. Thank you for your time, your patience, any comments. Thank you for listening. Good night, everyone.